There you are. You really like to keep people waiting, don't you?
Well, Augusta, I came running the instant I got your urgent message. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Lakin told me about Peter Flint's confession. I'd like to know why my husband has not been released. You were quick enough to misuse your power and arrest him with insufficient evidence. Right in the middle of a ceremony in front of television cameras on the most important night of his life. Well, where are the television cameras now to record his vindication? And I do hope you're going to give him a public apology. It's the least you can do, since you had no right to hold him in the first place. Why aren't you saying anything?
I'm sorry, Augusta. You were on such a roll, I didn't want to interrupt.
I just want my question answered.
Certainly. What was the question?
I want to know why my husband hasn't been released.
Ah, yes, I recall you were asking that earlier.
You are the most petty, infuriating person I think I've ever met.
Thank you, Augusta. Now, about your husband.
Look, if he isn't released immediately, Mason, I'm going to give you a lot of trouble. Do you understand that?
Indeed, I do, Augusta, but the wheels of legal machinery grind rather slowly, but the papers are being processed even as we speak.
I certainly hope so.
In the meantime, would you like to see Lionel while
Yes,
you're waiting?
I would.
Good, good. I can arrange that right this way.
That is, of course, if the wheels of machinery don't stop that, too.
No, it should be as simple as rhubarb pie. You know, it's going to be rather boring without Lionel around here. He's been holding a virtual salon ever since he got here. Colorful people coming and going constantly.
Really? Colorful people like the Contessa Armonti, for example.
Oh, you know about her?
Oh, yes. How many times was she here?
I'll have to check with our concierge and let you know.
Never mind.
I'd be concerned about the Contessa, too, if I were you.
My only concern is my husband.
And that's what I meant. I'm surprised you haven't bribed me to keep Lionel in jail and away from the lovely Contessa.
You're not very amusing, Mason.
Augusta, of all the insults you've heaped on me over the years, that one cuts the deepest.
I'll keep that in mind.
Levity aside, I am interested in the Contessa. For one thing, I have the feeling I've seen her before.
Do you?
But I can't remember where.
You know, Mason, I hate to concur with anything that you say, but oddly enough, I have the same feeling.
Do you? Interesting. Well, how fortuitous. Come in, Lionel. I'll be back in a moment, you two.
I'm sure you will.
Officer?
Ta-da! My one and only.
Oh, my dearest, my sweet, my darling.
Oh, my gorgeous. Has this been some day?
Oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.
My sentiments exactly.
Oh, I only wish I'd been the one to give you the news, but if it had to be somebody, I'm glad it was Lakin.
So am I. What is that scent? What is that
I almost
divine scent?
poured the whole bottle all over myself just to titillate your senses.
Well, you have titillated my senses. In fact, if we weren't in this room here...
Lionel, stop it. You still love me, Lionel?
How can you even ask? Huh?
Sometimes I just need to hear you say it. Like when you walked in here and said, my one and only. Am I your one and only?
You are my one and only, my beloved, my helpmate, my soulmate, my love.
I need to trust you.
If you're thinking of the Contessa Almonte, don't.
I expect you to make all my fears go away tonight when we're alone.
Ah, well, I see you two have gotten acquainted.
Is that an example of your dry wit?
Dry rot's more like it. Have you done the job yet that the taxpayers pay you to do?
You'll be happy to know I've been busy as a little beaver, Augusta.
Am I free to go?
You are. Of course, you'll have to sign some papers first, just a formality, and you'll want to pick up your valuables on your way out.
I've already collected her.
Well, how sweet. And as a special favor to our most popular prisoner, Lionel, I've arranged for you to go out the back way.
Yeah, who asked you to do that?
Well, I just assumed that...
You assumed? Don't ever assume anything with me, Mason. No, you and I don't even live on the same planet. If you have an intention of slipping me out the back, Jack, forget it. You marched me in the front in handcuffs for the entire world to see. I'm going to leave the same way, minus the handcuffs. Augusta, will you do me a favor?
Yes, my darling.
Will you call the press and announce to them that the show is about to begin? Do you have change for the phone?
Yes.
Good.
A word to the wise, Lionel. Don't push your luck. You're not out of the building yet. There's still a few charges I could dredge up if I felt so inclined. Resisting arrest, jumping bail, assaulting an officer of the court.
Don't even try it, Mason. It wouldn't stick in a million years. You probably make a bigger fool of yourself than you are now, which is virtually impossible. My darling Augusta, we're out of here.